Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Tony.
Yo.
It's Renee in the hallway.
Yeah, she went out in the hallway.
The birthday girl. Happy birthday, Renee.
Oh, she's waving.
Oh, there she is. Waving for the crowd. So we appreciate that, of course. But what a day. What a life. And Tony, we are 2 days away from our Friday deadline to get those Rangers tickets. And we'll get into hockey in a little bit. But once again, we find ourselves deadlocked after last night's games. Unbelievable. Save that thought, though. We'll get there in a second.
Oh, how dare you do that to me.
But there was big news in the National Football League. Tyrique Hill has been traded to the Miami Dolphins. The full compensation package. The Chiefs are receiving the first round pick, 29, second round pick, number 50, a fourth, fifth, sixth, and they are also giving him a 4-year, $120 million extension, including a record for a wide receiver, topping Devontae Adams by $5 million, $72.2 million guaranteed. Tony, your instant reaction.
Honestly, dude, can't believe it. I would say he's worth all of that, honestly. But, I mean, dude, Miami?
Tua, he's not going to be tight with Tua throwing him noodles.
I really thought he was going to go to New York, dude. I really thought he was going to come to the Jets.
And that was another storyline. I guess
Right.
they were right there.
Yeah.
They agreed on compensation, but of course, Tyrique wanted to go to sunny Miami and play with Jalen Waddle next to him instead of going to New York and mentoring Elijah Moore. The Jets were prepared to give up 2 second-round picks and a third-round pick, as well as receive back a fourth-rounder. So it would have been such a great deal. And I was listening to the fan, Tiki and Tierney, and they were like, oh, my God, you could have had both of your first-round picks and Tyrique Hill. And Carton and Roberts were saying the same thing. But that's the product, Tony, of what Zach Wilson did last year. And I know he improved as the season went on. But if he had had a Justin Herbert-like start to his career, Tyrique Hill, I guarantee you, would have been there. But because of that, he chooses warmer weather and no state income tax.
But come on, dude. You really think it falls on Wilson's shoulders?
100%.
Really?
1,000%.
But come on,
1,000,000%.
Tua, dude.
1,000,000%. And you say Tua, dude, but unfortunately, we take a look back at last year.
Mm-hmm.
Tua had a better year than Zach Wilson.
Well, yeah, I would think most quarterbacks did. But, I mean, come on, dude. I mean,
what else other than the palm trees? What would the reason be?
Well, no, I guess you're not wrong, but you're telling me Tyreek Hill couldn't like understand what's going on with the Jets organization in terms of where they could be in the next few years, like.
But you know what it is too. Think about Tyreek Hill. Hasn't always made the best decisions, so
I think it is a bad decision. I think it will haunt him, dude.
Because you are right, and the Miami Dolphins. And well, okay, listen, the New York Jets, but Miami Dolphins, I mean, are just as much of a train wreck, and I don't know. I guess it's like the better of two evils, between what the organization's stability. And I do think, though, he did think, well, look at what's going to be next to me. And I think it's more attractive to have Jalen Waddle, who, was a star last year out of the University of Alabama, and then also have Devontae Parker, not to mention tight end Mike Gesicki. And I know the Jets have signed Tyler Conklin, as well as CJ Uzomah, and have Elijah Moore and re-sign Braxton Berrios, but you got to give it to Miami. I think they have better skilled players, and I think that was a part of the reason as well.
Yeah, dude, that's just tough, man.
Would
have been huge if he went to the Jets.
But the one thing I do like is we've been talking about this for basically a year at this point, is this is the draft of the century for the New
Oh,
York
yeah,
Jets. So
dude.
you don't give up any of that capital.
Mhm.
You got pick at 4. You got to pick at 10. You have 2 early second-round picks. Then you got your
Mhm.
third-round pick, and on and on and on and on. So it's like, I mean, how much sweeter will it be if we get the next Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase or, you know, any of these other guys who've had success? Max Crosby with the Raiders in the 4th round,
Mhm.
Alvin Kamara in the 3rd round. Let's do something like that, you know?
Yeah, no, I like it, dude. And hopefully, I mean, we'll see how the draft goes, but I mean, you seem hopeful, so
I am. I think they're
Yeah.
going to nail it. Douglas has shown, you know, I think he makes some shrewd moves, whether it's trades, you know, talent evaluation. And I also just think to an extent that getting Tyreek Hill now, I believe he's going to be 29 next season. And we know the Jets are a couple years away. While they might be, you know, up and coming, as far as a playoff team, I mean, by the time they're ready for that, is it crazy to say that, you know, Tyreek Hill might be on the downside of things? And, you know, you're giving him a 4-year deal. Maybe the 4th year is when you finally make the playoffs. And is he going to be as fast as at 33 as he is going to be at 29? I mean, possibly, but also possibly not. So that's why, as much as it stings, I'm okay with it. But who this really must sting the most has to be, I mean, I guess it would be a tie between Coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And of course, we know the ability of both guys. Not to say that they still can't win the Super Bowl next year, but Hill is such a weapon. You know, it's hard to think, like, why wouldn't they just give him the contract?
Yeah, what did Hill like just want to leave, or they just not want to give him the money?
Yeah, so they had been negotiating, but they didn't want to make him the highest paid receiver in the NFL. I mean, it's $30 million, so that's more of an annual value than Devontae Adams, 28.5.
Right.
So we wanted to reset the market. And of course, you know who his agent is, the Scott Boras of football, Drew Rosenhaus. So, you know, he's not taking 1 penny less. So that was a big part of this deal. But
what's the next move for Kansas City?
Well, they just, you know, I think it was, or whatever, within the last week, they did bring in Juju Smith-Schuster. I would imagine with that 29th overall selection, and they do have their own pick, number 30, that they're going to take a wide receiver.
Kind of have to.
Yeah, you kind of have to. And I just think that, you know, you could also bring in, you know, Julio Jones potentially. You could bring in Odell Beckham, who is rumored to have interest in the Chiefs. And of course, with Beckham, you know, he's going to miss some time. But if I had to guess, and I mean, in a guy, I've talked about it more with some of my friends, but I've always been a big believer in Mecole Hardman. He's about just as fast as Tyreek Hill, you know, wide receiver out of Georgia. I think this is going to be his 4th season, if I'm not mistaken. You know, not to say he's going to put up Tyreek Hill production, but would I be shocked if he had 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns next year? Not really, because he is fast and he does work well in space. So I think it's going to be the combination of working with him, working with Demarcus Robinson. Who I don't know if they'll bring back Josh Gordon. You know, it's been a while since he's been an elite receiver. Bringing someone in, and then I think definitely, you know, replenishing the cupboard. And you think about Tyreek Hill, he was a mid-round pick. So, you know what I mean? That might be the scouting department right now might be just saying, all right, let's look at the 40 times at the combine. Let's look at some tape and let's find ourselves the next Tyreek Hill. And, you know, with just them going forward and the window, the huge window that you have with Patrick Mahomes, you want to be diligent in using the cap space the best. So maybe they thought, well, giving $30 million to Tyreek Hill when he's approaching 30 might not be the best idea. Let's get some draft capital, replace him, get a rookie deal. So I get that part, but he is so dynamic. I mean, it's hard to say that you'd rather have a late 1st round pick, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, you know what I mean, instead of having Tyreek Hill. So it definitely stings a little bit if you're a Chief fan.
Yeah, no, that is for sure. I would imagine so. I mean, geez, dude. But like you said, hopefully they, you know, kind of do well in the draft, and we'll see who they can kind of come out with. I mean, again, you know, they still have the pieces around like Mahomes, like other pieces. They have Mahomes still, of course.
Obviously,
too,
Travis Kelce's insane, but he's getting older too.
Right. How old is he now?
I want to say he's 32, 33.
Really? He's that old?
Yeah. Blake Bell, I think it's like his second or third year. He's looked okay, but there's only one Travis Kelce, and I
Right.
would be concerned about, he's taken some hits. He's had, he's been banged up a little bit, and it's like we've seen what's happened to Jimmy Graham as he's gotten into his mid 30s. Is that going to happen with Travis Kelce? It remains to be seen, and I think this definitely leaves some questions for the Kansas City Chiefs. And like I said, I would imagine that they're going to look to bring in a rookie and bring in a veteran, whether that's free agency or trade. I mean, obviously, where we stand now in free agency, there aren't as many options as there were. What do you think about them just going right to Julio Jones?
I like it, dude. Honestly, I mean, I think he's still got it. I think he would be a reasonable receiver to get, and he'd definitely add to their offense. I mean, and of course, with getting Jones and you never know, your draft picks might be a dud or not. He might be a good kind of safety net.
Yeah. And listen, we've talked about this countless times, but if I was the head of an organization, of course I'd want to bring in guys, from the outside, but I would just really prioritize. I mean, have the best friggin' scouting and development department in the league. Literally, that is what it's all about. That's how you win Super Bowls. You think about like the Seahawks when they won their Super Bowl. Why did they win their Super Bowl? Because they drafted Russell Wilson in the third round, had him in a rookie contract, drafted all those guys in the secondary. They weren't all first round picks. Scouting. And I don't think people say this enough when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I mean, you really never know when, who's going to do what.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Exactly. So a lot remains to be seen. And, I mean, I think two big question marks really to kind of wrap up, free agency, this quarterback carousel. And I didn't see this, but I guess I think it's Teron Armstead. I think he was from the Saints, left tackle. Dolphins signed him as well. So obviously that gives more time for Tua to hit Hill down the field. But really what we're looking for next is, where does Baker go? Where does Jimmy Garoppolo go? It'll just be interesting to see. And we don't know about the Watson suspension. We talked about this yesterday about keeping Baker, have him, keep the seat warm until Watson gets back. Hard to see, after all the talk between the organization, Jimmy Garoppolo himself, hard to see him with Trey Lance waiting in the wings there. Hard to see him coming back next season, but I don't think they want to trade him to Seattle. So Pittsburgh seems like they want to draft a rookie quarterback, and then they do have Mitchell Trubisky. So it's like, what is the spot for Jimmy Garoppolo? Do the Carolina Panthers look at their quarterback room and say, geez, we can't start Sam Darnold, law of averages, Mr. Law of Averages. Do we bring him in? I mean, I can't think of another. I mean, I guess the Falcons, but they just brought in Mariota. So there's not too many spots I could see Garoppolo landing, really.
I was to say with Mayfield, not really sure where he's going to be. I would imagine Garoppolo holds a little more stock than Mayfield. I mean, I guess, dude, you never. I mean, I guess Carolina. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to double down on Darnold.
Yeah.
I just got this weird feeling, dude.
Well, the only thing, though, I mean, you would have to imagine, because the owner has made it known, and just people within the organization, Matt Rule's seat, I mean, is literally like a bonfire right now. I mean, he has to have a good year. He brings in Ben McAdoo as his offensive coordinator. So is he going to feel comfortable going to next season all in on Sam Darnold? I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, no?
Yeah, I would say so. What are the chances Garoppolo stays?
He said, he's looking forward to the next step. They said they're going to try to put him somewhere. And like I said, there has to be an obvious fit. It's not in Pittsburgh. I mean, I guess Atlanta could bring him in, but they just ate $40 million in dead money for trading Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Obviously the Colts are all set. It would make sense with the New York Giants, but they just signed Tyrod Taylor. So I guess they're not going to do it. I mean, the Detroit Lions, they have Jared Goff.
Right.
I just don't see the spot other than Carolina. So I guess we'll see what happens there. And one thing, that we haven't talked about here, and it seems like it's kind of winding down too. We mentioned a quarterback carousel. Did you hear the news about all the moving around in regards to the announcer booths next year for the National Football League?
No, I can't say I have.
Okay, so one thing that came out today, so Thursday Night Football, we know it's exclusively on Amazon Prime, of course, with the local market. So like for us, the Giants and the Jets, you don't have to have Amazon Prime. They'll put those on the local affiliates. Right. But all the rest of the games, those will be strictly on Amazon Prime. It's going to be a combination of the Hall of Famer, Al Michaels, and the analyst coming over from the college game, and he's still going to do his college telecast. Kirk Herb, that's his name, right? Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah. No. No, I don't think so, dude.
Because it's Chris. No, it's Kirk.
Is it really
Kirk? It's not Kurt. It's Kirk. Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk.
Let's see, dude. Kirk Herbstreit. Yeah, it is.
Okay. I don't know why that's like a tongue twister, but anyway, so it'll be the two of them. Interesting combination. I mean, Herbstreit's done some NFL games early in the season for Monday Night Football. Right. So it's interesting kind of going over to a different network, but still remaining at ESPN. And then Al Michaels, I mean, he could work with anybody. So I think he respects, he's seen in limited spots what Herbstreit could do with the NFL. So I like that combination. And then how about, there's been all this talk about how terrible the ESPN booth has been since Tyrique and Gruden. I mean, having Buck and Aikman doing Monday Night Football now, I mean, what an upgrade for ESPN.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. Do you like Aikman that much?
I don't not like Aikman. And I know you would agree with this. He's way better than Chris Collinsworth.
No, yeah. Oh, dude. Obviously.
Well, bro. I mean, but that's who we're comparing to here. So, yeah, I mean, what is it? Like, you think he's too Dallas slap happy? Is that why you don't like him?
I mean, he is Dallas slap happy. I just feel like he's too, like, he's another one who's like a little bit pompous, I feel, on the microphone.
Okay.
He thinks like who the hell his opinion is. Like, oh.
Well, I mean, him and Joe, it's been 20 years together.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But nevertheless, I mean, there's no more Booger Mobile. There's no Steve Levy and Louis Riddick. I just think, it's a huge upgrade for ESPN to get them. It's going to be interesting to see, who, will be the number one team on Fox. Now, I'm imagining, it'll be some combination of Kevin Burkhardt, maybe Greg Olson. I don't know if they'll want to do something different there, but that's going to be interesting. And then, were you surprised too? He might do it in the future, but as of now, Buck is not doing any MLB with ESPN. Are you surprised he gave up being the voice of MLB on Fox and giving up those World Series and giving up 2 Super Bowls in the next 3 years in Fox? Are you surprised that he did that? Or do you think that it's just like he loves being with Troy Aikman and he wanted more money, so he doesn't care?
I think he cares a little bit, dude. I mean, obviously, dude, the guy's a big baseball fan. I'm sure he loved calling those games. He got a lot of schlack when he was calling those games just from people hating on him. But, I mean, I would imagine he misses it. But like you said, I guess he does, he wants the money, whatever. But I would think he's going to miss it a little bit.
I would imagine, I haven't seen anything official, but I think it's going to be Joe Davis and John Smoltz moving forward. What do you think about them being the number one team?
John Smoltz?
Yeah.
Lovely man.
Yeah.
Love him, dude.
You meet him at network? Or?
Yeah, okay. Dude. He was always like practicing his putts and shit in studio. Yeah. Dude, he's hilarious. Very chill guy. Obviously very analytical, knows his stuff. So, I mean, what do you have to lose there, dude? Also, Bronx 718 wants to know where's, I'm going to say it says it's BF, stands for best friend, Mike at.
Do we know who Bronx 718 is?
Negative, dude. Apparently Mike knows who he is, but Michael is off on assignment right now. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, that's about all we could disclose. And
LOL.
LOL.
Yeah.
So we are laughing today. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very different. I mean, obviously, Nance and Romo stay in their place.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see Mike Tirico on a weekly basis with Chris Collinsworth, which, let's say, it's the primary booth is going to be Burkhardt and Greg Olson. How would you rank these booths, from CBS, Fox, NBC, and ESPN? Like, what would be your pecking order? I could start if you'd like a second. It's up to you.
Yeah, you start, honestly. It's kind of tough.
So I'm gonna go Nancy Romo number 1.
Really?
Yep. I'm gonna go Buck and Aikman number 2. And then I'm gonna say, I like Burkhart. I'm gonna say Burkhart and Olsen 3, and then 4 would be Tyrique and Collinsworth. And I think Collinsworth brings Tyrique down. Obviously, we know because of what happened with the Raiders, Gruden's not in play. But if you could get Gruden and Tyrique back together, they would catapult to 1A, 1B maybe with Nancy Romo.
Yeah, dude. I guess I can agree with that, dude. I would honestly. Wait, where was Al Michaels in there? You're not even gonna include them?
Well, Amazon new partner.
Doesn't even
No,
even in the question here.
So let's. Okay, so they're gonna slide in number 3. So they.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
okay, you had Romo first, right?
Romo first.
Then you
Buck
had
and Aikman.
Buck and Aikman. That's right. And then Al Michaels
and Herb Street. And I think Herb Street's great, but I can't put him number 2, being he hasn't done NFL full time.
Right.
They were just throwing him into the fire on a Thursday night package.
But I feel like I don't know, dude. I would put Romo first as well, but then give me Michaels.
Yeah.
Second.
No, Michaels is a legend. Yeah.
Michaels is carrying that team. Then give me Aikman, then Olsen,
and obviously, of course, he's deceased now. But if Madden were still around with Michaels, they would be hands down the number 1 team.
Best duo ever, dude.
Of course, unequivocally. So it's crazy. We talk about it every day. So much going on in the NFL for sure. And then just some quick things on baseball here. They did announce pending owner approval, which I guess they're saying is a given that we're going to get that. The Ghost Runner has returned just for this season. What do you make about that? I mean, I know we've talked about this a lot before, but are you surprised?
Honestly, I mean, there was like some talks about it, like when they said they weren't going to do it, that they still might do it. So I guess I'm not totally surprised, but I'm for sure like a little bit surprised about it, dude. I mean, I would imagine like all the feedback from like the fans, I'm sure from players, whoever, when they caught wind of this rule getting kind of axed, they would be pretty happy. Be good feedback. They're like, yeah, good. Like get rid of that Ghost Runner. We don't want him out of there, dude. So yeah, I am a little surprised. But I guess it kind of follows suit with the whole speeding up the game thing they're trying to do.
And they're trying to point it more towards, a shortened spring training.
Yeah,
we don't want to overrun the pitchers early in the season, causing injuries.
Give me a break.
It's just going to be for this year. But then some people are saying it adds to the element of excitement, like they're talking about on the fan, how people consistently call in, talking Yankees, talking Mets. Why don't they bunt the runner over when there's no outs leading off the inning? But unless we're talking about the number 9 hitter who maybe is in a slump or something, I don't agree with that at all. I think, you know what I mean? Like you're in there to hit, you have a run on second, get a single, depending on the runner, you could score him. Why am I going to give up an out with a bunt?
Right.
And the bunt might not even be a good bunt, and the guy could get picked off.
Exactly, dude. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how kind of it goes this season, I guess, but I'm not happy about it.
One thing I do like, they are expanding rosters for roughly the first 3 weeks to 28, like how they do in September. But obviously that's with the shortened spring training to allow, some flexibility, no restrictions on pitchers, which is good. And then they're calling it the Shohei Ohtani rule, that you could remain in the game as a designated hitter after you're removed as a starting pitcher. But of course, I mean, maybe, but probably not. Like I can see the Mets doing this with like DeGrom because he's such a good hitter, but they're probably nervous about the injuries, especially after what happened last season. But what do you make of that?
Of the rule in general?
Yeah,
I like it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should have been the case. I love the rule change. In terms of the Mets, dude, I don't think they're gonna have.
But like, it's only. I swear to God, though, I really think, especially because we've seen the Mets, lack of offense be a problem. Yeah. If he didn't get hurt and he had this like no injuries the last few years, I honestly think they would try it every now and then because his numbers are really good as far as a hitter is concerned as a pitcher.
Yeah, really good. And honestly, spring training is looking mighty healthy, dude.
Yeah. Made his debut. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
I think he hit 97, 98 on the gun. So obviously they're in midseason form.
Yeah.
So the
like
whole thing,
89 on his slider too. Oh yeah.
yeah. So that punch at the and then really the only other baseball things, we were talking about this before, some arbitration talks going on. The Yankees are $4 million apart with Aaron Judge. They are offering 17. His camp is asking for 21. And it's just one of those things like, I don't know if it's just, I don't know how it works. Like if they did agree on a number and then got an extension, if that would override it, if that has anything to do with it. But obviously, I mean, regardless, you really want to just get the extension. But if you can't, just give him what you want or meet in the middle at 19. Don't like pull a Dylan Betances because that strained the relationship is why he ended up going to the Mets because they were like arguing over like $2 million, when he was having his arbitration hearings. But hopefully we just hear that they get a new contract done. And I think they're using that as part of, the urgency to get that done as to why they didn't sign anybody this season.
Right.
So save face with the fans and just do the right thing. Get the extension done, whether it's 6, whether it's 7 years. You got to have this man as the face of your franchise.
Do you think they're going to fuck it up?
No, 0%.
No, yeah, I agree, dude. They're gonna get it done.
And then I did see Alonso 7.5 agreeing with the Mets. Obviously, that's a nice deal. What does he have? Probably 2 or 3 years left of.
I think 3 more.
Wow, because he came up kind of late. Because at this point, what is he? 27, 28?
Yeah, 27.
27. Okay, so by the time he hits free agency, I mean he's going to be like 31. So it's amazing that in this, all these collective bargaining sessions, threats, both sides, how is that not more of a point of emphasis in these negotiations? We can't have our stars past 30 hitting free agency when the owners are colluding together to not pay these guys.
No, yeah, I think you're totally right, dude. And maybe, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of things that aren't really talked about, aren't really, kind of. They don't really dive deep into a lot of issues, and maybe this is one of them that they're trying to kind of avoid, of course, because it seems as if right now it benefits the owners the way it is. So,
I mean, I don't see it any other way than it's just a complete rat move from the owners. Like, I don't want to pay a guy for 7 years, way under his value, and then on the back end, when he's shown his ability, but he's over 30, so now we can only give him 1 and 2 year deals and not 6-7 year deals reserved when they're producing at age 25, age 26.
Right. No, you're totally right, dude. It's, it's something I guess the PA will have to kind of bring up. But again, I feel like right now they're pretty lucky with what the owners have done in terms of agreeing with the CBA.
Yeah, they were just back on the diamond.
Pulling teeth. I
guess Mets looks like they're off today. And the Yankees have a 6:35 game at George M. Steinbrenner Field against the Orioles. And believe it or not, they do have lines for these things in spring training. Minus 200 against the Orioles. Over set at 10.5. And, it's spring training. Win-loss record doesn't matter. But, of course, they're the Yankees. You start out the season 1-3. You're going to want to get another W. It is the Orioles. You do expect the tee off. So hopefully we see that. So just wanted to mention that. But that's really as far as MLB, NFL, those are the main points. But now let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
In they come. Heaven, what a save by Vasilevsky. Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move. You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal.
What a goal, baby. Oh, I didn't change the
What a
backdrop.
goal. We excuse the background there for a second for Tony. It happens.
My bad, dude.
What are you gonna do? But as we mentioned last night, we had a bunch of contests as me and Tony picked 3 games apiece. We are all square. And before we just
once again,
2 days till deadline day. But before we get into all of that, wins, losses, our picks, I need you to explain to me, especially after getting staked a 2-0 lead on the road against the Devils, how the Rangers then let up 7 goals to the New Jersey Devils, get Shesterkin pulled from the game. and lose a game to a team that has, at this point now, 17 less wins than you do. What an embarrassment. What happened, Tony? Jack Hughes, dude.
It's not even Jack Hughes, okay? He didn't score till the third period. All right, they scored 4 goals, I think, in 6 minutes in the second period and 5 total in the second period. And it wasn't necessarily Shesterkin's fault. I mean, he was looking sharp. It was just a total breakdown of the Rangers, dude. I really don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't know, dude. They just fumbled it. They just whatever game plan they had in terms of controlling the puck was completely lost. You're talking about just lack of defense, stupid turnovers in the neutral zone, in their offensive zone in general. I'm trying to look at the stats here. So some team stats. And it wasn't even like those 4 goals. It was all 5-on-5. It wasn't even on the power play. Devils had, they had, 8 steals. The Rangers had 5 giveaways in the neutral zone. I mean, that's something that just, puts your offense to a halt. And I guess, the Devils, of course, a young team, they're incredibly quick. They're starting to gain chemistry with those young players. And if you give them, a couple goals, they can kind of roll over on you, man. And unfortunately, the Rangers rolled over on defense, dude. And it was just a complete overhaul of their strategy last night. And it was just completely embarrassing. Totally sucked. Again, you talk about, they had a 2-0 lead, and all of a sudden they're down 4-2, erasing the Devils' deficit, giving them a 2-goal lead at that point. And the Rangers just could never recover. And I guess you got to give it to the Devils too. They obviously generate a lot of offense off of the Rangers' mistakes. The Devils, I think they had like 20 block shots too. They had a decent night on defense too. They were just jiving, I guess. They were at home. There was obviously a home crowd. There were some Rangers fans there, I noticed too, but obviously a big home crowd for the Devils. I guess you're starting to see maybe a Devils fan base who is realizing that this team could be good in the future. Maybe they're rallying around their team, and I guess the Rangers felt that in Jersey last night.
Any part of it a lack of effort at certain points in the game?
No, I wouldn't say the Rangers gave up, dude. I mean, I think, they had 2 goals in the third. They were trying to come back. They obviously talked about what went wrong in that second intermission there. Unfortunately, they also gave up 2 more goals to Jack Hughes, 1 on the power play, 1 on 5-on-5. But I wouldn't say they gave up. No, they looked again, and then they came out looking sharp to begin with. So it's not like they didn't give up. No lack of effort. No one was dogging it. It was just unfortunately just bonehead plays and sloppy plays at that. Dude, we couldn't control the puck at the blue line. That second period, it was obviously all Devils, and we had almost no offense.
Yeah. So disappointing result. But what are you going to do? I mean, they have been playing well. So, all you got to hope for is that the next time, out on the ice against the Penguins, which is going to be on Friday, NHL Network, 7:00, that you put in a better effort. I mean, that's all you can hope for. And you would expect it. I mean, the way that they've played this year, being 20 games over 500 or 21. So that's what happened there. And like I was mentioning, pick wise, I go 2-1 last night.
Magic Mike. Devils are
better. I mean, they had their game last night. Oh, and before
we own them historically. Okay, buddy.
One thing, and I don't know if you saw Michael, but Tony, what did you make of the black jerseys for the Devils? I haven't seen those before. Is that a normal alternate jersey?
The ones that say Devils on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think they say New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. They are possibly the worst jerseys ever created. And they were designed by who? But Brodeur. Okay?
Marty.
Oh my! And he he did the whole big reveal during a game earlier in the season, and it's just laughable, dude. It's a jersey. It says Jersey on it. It doesn't even say New Jersey. It just says Jersey on the jersey. And of course, people have been making fun of these jerseys. Obviously, they sold hats that said hat on them. Okay, there's helmets that said helmet on them and shit. It's absolutely hilarious. It's a disgusting jersey. Stupid. They're not the normal alternates. They were released this year, and they're terrible.
They really caught me off guard. I was like, "Is this the Devils? Are they really playing them?" But hey,
Who won, says Main Magic Mike.
the Devils got us this time, bud.
Shesterkin is
It's
laughable.
laughable.
You can't even, your spelling of his name is laughable.
You beat me to the punch there, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never seen Brodeur give up 7. I mean, I'm sure a lengthy career for
give
Marty.
me a break. He
probably
definitely
did give up
has,
7,
bro.
and really, Shesterkin gave up 5. Devils always own the Rangers, even during a rebuild.
Not necessarily Main Magic Mike.
But what I was going to get to on the other games from last night, like I said, I go 2-1, you go 1-2. One of my picks that I had, the Penguins did win 5-1, holding home ice against Columbus. And Gutznell, Tony, I don't know if you remember me saying in this very seat yesterday, he'd have 2 goals. You look at the box score, 2 goals for Gutznell.
Are you proud of yourself?
A little bit.
No, I would be too, dude. I expected a little bit more of a fight from Columbus for sure.
Yeah. But the Penguins take care of business. 3 assists for Crosby. So, I didn't score, getting the teammates involved. And I was impressed to see on the road, the St. Louis Blues defeat the Washington Capitals 5-2. I mean, some of these big games lately, especially on the road, they have not stepped up. But the Capitals have kind of done the same thing. So I guess you could go back and forth there. But I mean, were you a little surprised that St. Louis pulled this one out?
I mean, not really. We've seen some really good games from St. Louis all year. We've also seen some really bad games from Washington. Some games where Ovechkin didn't show up, like this one. I think he may have an assist, maybe an assist. I don't even know, honestly, but I know he didn't have any goals. That first period.
I just thought we could use a new soundtrack. No.
That first period, they saw a nice exchange of goals back and forth between them. And then I think second period, St. Louis scored twice, dude. I'm not really that surprised, honestly. I am surprised that Washington didn't put up enough effort, honestly. It was 5-1, 5-2. So, I mean, it's like, Washington has just got to do better, dude. Like, we've been talking about it all year. I mean, I feel like, they struggle with some injuries with Kuznetsov and Oshie, but it's like, bro, you got to step up. You got to do a better job. Renee
knows it.
I know it.
She knows it. But you are right, Tony. And then running down quickly, I mean, really, you look at these results. I mean, the Hurricanes beating the Lightning 3-2. I mean, not too much of a surprise. Obviously, Carolina, one of the better teams this year. The pick you hit on, the Red Wings, all over the Flyers, 6-3. So, not a surprise really there. The Islanders rebounding after a disappointing loss, 3 goals, actually all in the third against Ottawa. So they get the win there, but kind of lack of effort, kind of just a complete tailspin. The Las Vegas Golden Knights get shut out on the road 4-0 to yours truly, Tony, the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, what the hell is going on with Vegas?
Dude, nothing good, bro. I'm just looking at their stats. Obviously, dude, shutout. I mean, you got to give it to Connor Hellebuck. 42 saves last night with, I think, maybe his 3rd shutout of the season. 4th shutout of the season. He's been doing really well, honestly. Past couple of years, he's been doing really, really well, dude. And just looking at the team stats here. I mean, dude, first of all, Winnipeg, 26 shots on goal. I mean, talk about good shot selection. It was absolutely ridiculous, dude. Vegas had 42 shots, right? So they're kind of generating some offense, but I mean, it was just like, Vegas does a pretty good job of using their speed to get in front of the net and getting some dirty goals. Unfortunately, when you have a goalie like Connor Hellebuck in between the pipes, he doesn't allow a lot of those second chances that other goalies might. He uses that pad to kick it out. He gets the puck out quick to his players, or he just covers it up and obviously plays dead at that point. There's a face-off. Speaking of the face-offs, I mean, Winnipeg 50%. Obviously, it was cut between them two, but Winnipeg doing a good job with keeping possession, winning those face-offs, and just having, like I said, really good shot selection. Winnipeg, I feel like this season has been really physical, just kind of all around from kind of all their players. They had, 32 hits last night. I mean, you get players like Pionk, Scheifele, as well as Dubois, Patrick Dubois, Renee?
Patrick Dubois.
Yeah, he had the first goal of the game on the power play, I believe. He also throws his body around a lot as well. I mean, like I said, when you start playing that physical type of hockey, I mean, it's demeaning to the other team, not to mention, you're not generating any offense right now against a good Winnipeg's defense. But I mean, dude, when they just lay the wood on the ice, it's demeaning. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to skate. You don't want to even handle the puck. It is absolutely just it's paralyzing for an offense. This is what I was looking for, which is really good, dude. I mean, look at their defense, dude. Morrissey, 5 hits. Pionk, 6 hits, dude. Schmidt had 2. Stanley had 2.
Wow.
Dylan had 3. DeMello had 1. That's just their offense. Of course, their forwards, Appleton, 4 hits, bro. I mean, Sanford, 3 hits. Wheeler, 2 hits. Blake Wheeler, he's all over the ice, dude. He's a phenomenal right winger. He had 2 assists last night as well. And, of course, you get Scheifele with a goal and assist. Ellers, a goal and assist. Yes, Barnes. I mean, they're just doing just a phenomenal job. Pretty decent, again, the one thing I guess the Jets could work on is blocking their shots. I mean, they did let 42 shots on net for the Golden Knights. But again, when you have Hellebuck to lean against, it's no big deal. And again, when you're scoring 4 goals anyway, it is no big deal at all to just kind of, I guess not block as many shots, I suppose, but still something to work on, dude. And what do we have here?
Surprise
here. Look at Mike with the flowers.
Oh, Michael, you shouldn't have for me.
Oh, Renee. Renee's got the secret camera on Renee, by the way.
The secret
The
camera.
secret camera. She had no idea it was there.
Oh, that's a secret camera?
Yeah.
Hey, I got flowers.
Oh.
Wow.
How do they smell? Do they smell good?
They smell really good.
Yeah.
I love flowers so much. Okay, hold on. Wait, can you hold this?
Oh,
It
it cries the
is
cats
heavy.
off. That's a
Good thing I'm
big
so
bundle of
ridiculously
flowers, dude.
swole.
Oh, yeah.
Michael, I feel like you have some experience with edible arrangements back in the day, maybe. 1-800-Flowers.
1-800-Flower.
Oh my god.
Renee, can you face the camera? Yeah, there's the face.
Yeah, there we go. She's cheesing.
It's from my best friend in the whole world, Isha.
Oh, how nice, honestly. How nice.
She is from all the way in California, so I don't know how she got these flowers.
Wow.
Aw.
That was really nice. I'm gonna leave her a call.
Yeah.
She's working right now, so.
Oh, don't call her. She's working. She's working.
She's in a meeting
You're
right
talking to her? Aww.
No,
Is she watching this right now?
Michael started
this
working
working?
for Flower Delivery Company.
Isha, if you're hearing this, I love you so much. Shout out Isha, the best girl in the whole entire world. My best friend.
And then that's from all the boys at Downtime.
Am I doing this right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we
Look,
told
turn
the
around
crowd.
the couch. Yeah, let's see what it is.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Okay, hold on.
That's the point.
Yes.
That's a lot of pressure. Diamond.
No,
Oh.
there's no card.
Oh.
Man.
Should have gotten a card.
Yeah, damn it, dude. Oh, nice
Can I
box.
guess first?
If you want to.
Is it the bracelet?
They didn't have identical, but we got a different one.
Oh
But
my
similar.
god. Like the one that I lost.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
She lost one that we got her last year, so you can't lose this one because we're not doing this again.
Yeah, this is it. There's none left.
It's
Okay,
not like
yeah.
good to do it 3 times
Yeah.
in a row the same jet.
It's cute the second time, right? Yeah, but the third time, it's like,
Mark gets it.
Yeah. Come on.
Guys, this is the most amazing gift in the whole world.
My arm's kind of tired.
oh,
Thanks.
Okay,
yay!
back to sports.
Wait, I need you to help me. Okay. You
Do we want to get a close up of this?
Yeah, I'll do Zoom. I
Sure, I could probably do it right here.
got it.
All right, I won't then.
Oh, and I got some Coronas, guys.
Whoa,
Wow.
Coronas! Oh, whoa.
Whoa, how close is that to my face?
It's on your wrist.
Nice. Look at
Yeah,
that.
buddy.
Nice on my wrist.
Let's
Look at that bling, dude.
go.
Oh, the blue.
Yeah, the blue sapphire. Is it a sapphire? Is that your birthstone? I don't know, dude.
Tony.
Barnes loves it.
Don't lose
Happy
it,
birthday.
Renee. You're gonna be in trouble if you lose it again.
Tony.
You're not getting another one, Renee. Oh,
Tony, honestly though, we got to be easy.
Happy birthday, Renee.
With you, the camera angles, the faces, because we remember last week we almost,
Had a
lost me to
problem.
laughing attack on the air.
Yeah, dude.
But we were talking about it. It's impossible. Like, you just have to work yourself through it. There's no magic formula when you have an extreme case of the giggles.
Yeah.
Nothing you could do about it. Tell me that I'm wrong. I want you to tell me right now.
Unfortunately, you just have to just power through it, dude. Like, there's no other event. Just pray that it'll stop soon. But you just got to get through it.
But it's crazy because right now, like, this could be one of those times. Okay, we're talking about it.
Right.
I could think about it. It could start happening. But it's just not happening. So it's like, why in those certain times can I just not help it? And there's just no end to it. Give me some type of answer.
Mystery of the universe. There's no answer, dude. Okay, because there's nothing. People are like, oh, dude, you're stoned. No, we're sober, and it happens.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
And it just does. It's something in the brain, dude. Maybe because we're just phenomenal people.
That could be it. That could be it. And before we get to our picks for tonight, one other thing that I just wanted to mention is that I know it's just one of those things. Okay, it's one game. It doesn't matter. We know what type of team we're dealing with here. But tell me you weren't a little surprised that the Flames let it slip away at home against the Sharks.
I was very surprised. However, I think it was Couture, right? Was it third period that maybe they made a push?
Yeah, third period.
Yeah.
Down
Couture
down
the
one.
game-winning, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
Down one to up one.
And they were two quick goals. Oh, Barnes, you want a little piece of Bonitza?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We're gonna try it on the air, though, dude. We're try it on the air.
Oh my god!
This is freshly made today or yesterday?
Freshly made. Wow.
Certainly has been heated up.
Wow.
Certainly has been heated up, dude.
This is something. Here.
This is very special.
I know
here.
this is gonna be amazing.
This is
Thank you.
Michael's mother is nice enough to make this, and she lets Michael give it to us, dude. Whoa. Just goes right in, dude.
Starving. No lunch today.
I knew it.
Yeah, me too, dude. I'm
That's
fucking
why I brought
starving.
3. I knew you were going to be hungry, and I brought 3 for Barnes.
Absolutely amazing. Unequivocally a 10. I mean, there's just no doubt about it.
Imagine that for breakfast.
Oh my god.
Take it to go.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
We were having it all today on the sports
Today,
board.
and I'm going to get you guys your beer. We had
Wow.
Tony's.
Wow. What type of cheese is this? Did you say?
Feta.
Feta. Oh my god.
Bulgarian feta, obviously.
So good.
Yeah, just a food break.
We got to go food break, guys.
Dude, it's funny too
Why don't you
because
start laughing?
no, nah. And for some reason, Tony, that's not there today for me. No, it's funny that we're doing this because I feel like I'm always watching like Carton and Roberts. Thanks, man. And the morning show, I guess, Boomer and Gio, and they're always eating on the air, and I'm always just like, what are they like? Why are they doing this? Like, just eat during the break. Like, I don't get it. And like Carton's literally chowing down, like literally like just eating everything in sight so quick. Like,
And here you are,
friggin' animal.
Barnes.
Yeah, here he is.
Yeah.
Rating.
Good.
Yeah.
Unequivocally, he said.
Yeah.
Unequivocally. The cheese though, oh my god.
Bro, I don't like feta cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I like this, though.
Amazing. And I have to say, I don't usually, not that I don't like it, but I don't have too many Coronas. I don't know. This one just ice cold, hitting the spot, very refreshing after having such a good treat. So
I can't believe how cold this beer is, honestly. It is
unbelievable.
freezing
It's like
cold.
it's from Denver in the mountains somewhere.
the Rockies.
So
What the hell are we talking about? Oh, Logan Couture. Dude, Sharks made a big push.
Meyer had a goal earlier.
Calgary just broke down. Yeah, Timo Meyer. But it was, I think, the third period, 2 goals were like in a minute.
Yes.
Real quick 1-2 punch, and Calgary just crippled.
Absolutely crippled. Unbelievable. But it's hockey. We know how good
Anything can
Calgary
happen.
is. We know San Jose is going nowhere this year. So at the end of the day, it's one game. It's on to tonight. And I mean, it's a big night, Tony. I mean, we're tied once again. And you look at this, it's amazing. I mean, I think, you see some of these quote unquote experts doing picks. A lot of them are under 500, We're 5 games over 500, both at 31 and 26. So 57 games to be 5 over 500. I mean, not terrible, Tony, no?
I'd say pretty damn impressive, Barnes.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
And still time left to run here.
Yeah.
So
Hearing you say that, I'm very happy.
yeah, exactly. So 4 games, so the easy 2-2, obviously. And as always, Tony, floor is yours.
I feel like this is another one of those nights, dude.
Mm-hmm. This could be an 0-4 night.
I know. I really feel it. I know the Devils. Do I bet against the Devils again?
I'm thinking about something crazy, but I don't know if I'm going to do it.
You're going against the Avalanche?
No, not that crazy. Jeez.
I still can't believe it that the Devils even won last night. And Toronto's been struggling recently. Jesus Murphy, dude. I might just stay away from that game, dude. At least for now, anyway. Oh my God, I hate looking at this. Fuck it, give me the Maple Leafs or the Devils tonight.
Wow. Well, all right. So
You know who to pick.
The Devils,
Oh.
no. Devils haven't been consistent all year, bro. Also, where are these beers from? They're so ice cold.
really outside?
Anyway, dude, Devils have been so
Old guy.
that would have been so inconsistent all year. There's no way they're going to generate another 7-goal game against Toronto, even though they've been struggling. Toronto, bounce back game. Let's go.
All right. So Tony goes Maple Leafs. And I know, I mean, we at this point, I mean, we might as well have a recording of me saying it, but I'm going Avalanche. I'm sorry. I know it's square. I know it's boring. I know it's just like chalk. But, I mean, that's a product, Tony, of going 45, 13, and 5. I have to take him. And while JT Miller hangs around with the Canucks, and they are over 500 this season, the Colorado Avalanche are just a different beast, a different animal. I'm going to say they take care of business at home, covering the 1.5. Give me Avalanche 5, Canucks 2, as well as we're going to get Kadri with the old 2 goals, 1 assist.
All right. I mean, you got to respect that, dude. It's Colorado. All right. My next game, we're going to be going to Buffalo. Honestly, I think this game could go either way. The fact that Pittsburgh has, I think, 9 goals in the past 2 games, their offense has been pretty much on it. Buffalo, although I think they won 4 of their last 5, they've been winning by 3-2, 3-1,
nail-biters.
1-0, exactly. Tight games. Not a whole lot of offense. So that being said, I think Pittsburgh will outscore them just simply through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And so give me Penguins 4-2.
Penguins 4-2. And it's funny now that you've picked it, and there's no secrets here. I have to say, if you didn't take that game, I was gonna go with the Sabres, honestly, because a back-to-back, and I think my problem is sometimes I don't take enough underdogs, and it's like the favorites cannot win every single time. So that puts me in a predicament because
Chicago.
The last game, we got Chicago, we got Anaheim. So Anaheim looked terrible the previous game. And then, you look at Chicago, they haven't been that great either. And they did trade away Marc-Andre Fleury. So that obviously puts them at a disadvantage. And you look at it. So collectively, when we're talking just the last 5 games, the Blackhawks 1-4, the Ducks 0-5. So it's just such a tough call. I mean, we go to the injury board here. Murphy and Johnson on IR for the Blackhawks. And then you have Silfverberg and Aston Reese, as well as Vaakanen, also out for Anaheim, but they do have Terry, but then the Blackhawks have Kane. I swear to God, Tony, as I'm speaking to you right now, I still don't know who I'm going to take. And I know it's like, you got to pick something. Dude. What are you doing? So taking a look here, I'm so conflicted. This is where I'm at. I'm going to announce my pick in a second. But the reason why I'm conflicted is Ducks have lost 5 in a row. Love averages. They're not the worst team in the National Hockey League.
But
they are going to win. Chicago's nothing crazy. Fleury is out, though. But then you look at the Blackhawks. They've also lost 4 out of 5. And despite having a worse record than the Ducks, I almost think they're a better team just because Anaheim has looked so shitty lately.
I know, those veterans, the longevity, man. I don't know.
So, this is so hard.
I know it's a tough one, dude.
This
Ooh,
is
I
so
love
hard.
It. I love it.
Wait, I just need to see who's in net now. Oh my God. So Kanakanen, 3-8, 889. I think I hate this because I was all set to take an underdog, Tony, but I'm gonna go Anaheim. I mean, they're due 5 losses in a row. Gibson, while he's not, Patrick Waugh, is a lot better than Kanekanen, or however you say his name, Lenekin. So give me Anaheim. Terry, 2 goals and an assist. Ducks 2-1 in a low scoring affair.
In a low scoring affair. Honestly, Barnes, good for you for making a decision because that's a tough game.
Oh my God, though. I mean, that was, I swear to God, the toughest decision I've ever had to make on the history of our pick segment, Tony. No lie. No lie.
Dude, it's coming down to it. The nitty gritty.
Coming down to
every pick counts at this point.
Every pick counts. And, just a quick look ahead spy here, because we said, so basically, I mean, I know obviously, we create the rules here, Tony. So we said we were going to make the purchasing decision on Friday.
Yeah.
So does that mean really, the games can't happen on Friday because obviously we're going to have the show before the games. Does that mean that really it just comes down to who wins the next 2 days pretty much? I mean, I know obviously we have till April 1st, so we'll make right for the, the money situation there.
Right.
We have to change it. But I mean, is that the plan? I mean, like, what do you think?
Why? What do you mean? You want to extend it or?
No, not extend it, but I'm saying, is that what we're saying in stone? Like that it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, get the tickets, and then April 1st, any corrections we need to make?
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah, I think so.
And tomorrow, I didn't realize it was such a big slate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just to go crazy, we could pick all 10, 5 picks each, and then we have our decision.
5 picks in one day. That is crazy.
But we're all over it.
Yeah, obviously.
We are all,
it's all
over
now,
it.
Dude. It's all over.
I just can't believe it. I mean, this has been amazing. It's just so much fun picking these games. And then it's a perfect segue because this ends April 1st. And obviously we'll still have picks. But then April 7th, opening day, that's when we start the MLB competition.
Yeah, baby.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's friggin' go. So that's what we got for the NHL here. And I'm just taking a look. I'm gonna have to do a little tutorial with you here on these Google Docs because I just want to make sure nothing gets deleted. Don't want to mess anything up. We've held strong so far. A couple snafus here and there. And I just wanted to take a look quickly. The Sweet 16 will resume, or I guess begin tomorrow. The tournament resuming, of course. So we do actually have all primetime games, nothing on during the day. So we could save that, for tomorrow. And I just wanted to just take a look here if we had an update. The match play did begin today over there in Austin, Texas. So I just want to see anything crazy in terms of the leaderboard. Do you think, though, Tony, overall, like I had mentioned yesterday, there's only one match play event every year. Do you think that because of the head-to-head nature, going right after your opponent, that golf could benefit by having more of these type of tournaments just because it kind of brings some more excitement instead of this huge leaderboard and having to toggle up and down to see where your guy is?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, when you think about that head-to-head matchup, makes it just so much more like competitive because the guy's right there in your face. I mean, and it creates for better golf, for better TV. I would imagine for obviously more fun for the viewer. I mean,
bless you.
Excuse me, dude. I am all for it. Yes.
So
what are the chances they do that? You think?
Probably.
What's wrong with that, dude?
Nothing's wrong with it, but
for the PGA, why wouldn't they do it?
I think because honestly, I think it's precedent. Honestly, because that's just how it's been, which is crazy. So maybe there's something they look at. And you look at the results today. I mean, nothing crazy in terms of results, but one that really surprises me: Luke List defeats Justin Thomas 3-2. Meaning that he was up 3 with 2 holes to play. This is, however, group play, so I believe it's the top 2 guys in each group advance. So JT not out of it yet, but obviously a disappointing loss. But we've seen it back when they used to seed this tournament 1 through 64, like March Madness, and they do that once we get to the final 16.
Right.
A guy that's the 50th seed, the 35th seed, the 42nd seed win this thing. So it wasn't like Tiger Woods is winning every year. So that kind of, adds some excitement to it. And then one other, and excuse me if I've already asked you this, but did I mention yesterday about how they released? Because we were talking about Phil, right, with like his hiatus or no?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Phil, first time since 1994, will not be teeing it up next week. Is it next week or no? 2 weeks, whatever. 2 weeks at Augusta National. And there are rumors that nothing has come out officially from Commissioner Jay Monahan. But this is an under the radar suspension. So that's why he hasn't played the last couple tournaments. That's why he'll not be in Augusta. He was part of 16 guys who have won the Masters before, who will not be playing in Augusta this year. But one guy whose list was not on the list of people not playing was Tiger Woods. But also, he's known to, pull out of events at the last second because he just fights so hard to get in them if he's battling an injury. What do you think? I mean, we've talked about this a while. It's been over a year since his car accident. Is he really making that theatrical return to Augusta National April 7th?
Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
You think even though his name's out on the list, that means he
but it could change. Like, what I mean? This isn't set in stone, but this is what
honestly,
they
dude,
presented.
The way Tiger Woods is, if he wants to play, I think he's gonna play. Because it just comes down to that.
But I mean, just from a scientific standpoint, walking a hilly Augusta National, right. I mean, is it even possible that let's say he makes the cut, 4 days, walking 18 holes, 5-hour rounds? Is it actually possible for a guy as tough as Tiger Woods, albeit, but just given, what he's had to endure?
I mean, I'm no, Dr. Barnes.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Tony. But giving it your best stab.
I would say absolutely, dude. I mean, again, he's made some significant strides. I mean, people thought he would barely even be able to play ever again at all.
Right.
Like if that. So, I mean, he's been able to play. He's been walking on it quite nicely. I feel like he feels good. He looks good. I think that he's going to give a stab at it, and I think he'll be able to play.
Wow. I mean, the ratings, I think, will double from last year. Especially we're talking, let's say he really, I know I'm getting way ahead of myself, but let's say he's in the final pairing on Sunday. I swear to God, Tony, I know this sounds insane given the difference in viewership between the two sports. I think it might top the Super Bowl. I'm not even kidding. Just because of the story. I mean, he could have died, and then here he is making his triumphant return.
What was the viewership of the football?
I mean, I guess I have to look it up.
Look it up, dude.
What's your guess if you had to say?
Oh gosh, I'm never good at these things. Let's see, dude. I don't know. How many people in America? It's gotta be at least like a third of the country.
But just give me something. I mean, baseball. Just think about football's way ahead. Baseball, will have like 7-8 million or something.
I was gonna say like 47 million or something.
112 million viewers. Most watched show in 5 years. Cracked the 100 million viewership market, a turnaround from viewership of last year's game, making a strong finish to an NFL postseason rife with late game drama and thrilling finishes. Doggy always talks ratings. No way to top that type of rating. But with Tiger, or you think no shot won't even be half of that?
Yeah, I think maybe like 10 million, maybe.
I'm just curious what this is. The highest Masters rating ever. What's your guess?
3 million people. No, I'll give like maybe 5.5. Oh no, Barnes is disappointed. What is that? Was it say 200,000?
It's saying that. Why does this? Hold on, because it was trying to say Patrick Reed in 2015 9.9 million. No way. All right, so views. Oh yeah, they were way okay. So this is showing back to 1995. And I believe Tiger won this year, but the highest rating I'm seeing is 20.3 million. And just to give you context, Last year's Masters, $9.5 million.
Wow.
So cut in half. 2020 pandemic, no fans.
Right.
November, $5.6 million. So, needless to say, we need to see Tiger Woods in a final group sooner rather than later.
Yeah, for the sake of the PGA, really, dude.
Yeah. But we know, they'll just be fine. No problems there. But I mean, Tony, just what an exciting time to be a sports fan like ourselves. Honestly, so much going on, and we haven't even said one thing about the NBA this whole time. But
That's right.
Does that show, pecking order of things possibly?
Yeah, and I like it, dude.
Last thing for you. Did you see the video of Zion dunking? I guess it was on like his personal hoop, or it might have actually been in the Pelicans facility. They already announced that he's out for the year, but he was just in a complete jam, looking about 300, but doing the jam. I mean, is that a signal to the Knicks? Is Mike riled? Like, what is that?
I guess it shows that he's working, but yeah, like I said, like you said, rather, he looks, still quite large. It should be interesting to see. I would imagine since he's not playing too. I mean, they're definitely gonna get rid of him.
Bigger concern for you, attitude / ego, or willingness to get in shape?
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like those two things kind of go a little hand in hand.
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. Honestly, what worries me the most is his health in general.
Yeah.
Just because how many years did he play at Duke? One.
I think he only played 19 games,
right?
Whatever the case may be. The shoe explosion,
right? The shoe explosion,
the
dude.
Knee, the ankle, the surgery, the foot. We've seen all this.
Right, and now the fact that he is like, overweight, dude. I mean, it's only going to compound any injuries he has.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
that's my biggest concern with him.
I hear you. So playoffs around the corner. I think the Lakers are playing tonight. LeBron not playing.
Oh, whoa. Why isn't LeBron playing?
38.7 minutes per game his last few contests. Oh, man. I just,
You can't give me like 10, 15 minutes, dude.
Listen, I think the rest thing these days, and we've talked about it in baseball before, they just baby these people too much. I'm the first person to say, play all 162. Give me 30 starts. Give me 200 innings. Pitch 130 pitches. I'm not tentative with this stuff, but it's a product of the environment. Every sport does it, and it's annoying. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's friggin' annoying. Right or no?
No, yeah, it is definitely annoying, dude.
But we work with what we have, right?
That is correct, Barnes.
But what a show today. Everyone tuning in, of course. Again, birthday wishes to Renee. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Of course, continuing to keep commenting, to keep liking, keep subscribing. We know about the archive, the YouTube page. Tony dressed up in costumes. I mean, just everything you could imagine. Salem, witch trials, movie critique. Me on screen time, believe it or not. There was a time I was on screen time. So definitely check that out, as well as some merch, downtimetv.com. And we want everybody to enjoy the games, enjoy the night, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.